it works. Yep. Hello everyone, good evening, good afternoon, hello. Welcome to another stream of Plane Shift. The game was never finished. Exactly. Is this picture of the day the same as yesterday, or I didn't refresh? I think I didn't refresh. Oh, we have no picture. Okay, we have no picture. PT. So, yep. We are continuing on the work on the city manager. And I want to release a new update before the weekend, or anyway, during the weekend, but it would be better before. So today is Wednesday. I think we can go tomorrow, and then tomorrow evening, and then probably Friday. We should think to release, to do the update. The update, I think, has some good stuff. I mean, it's not insane, but anyway, it has some good stuff and some good fixes and updates, and also we'll have the city manager active effect, which is nice. Meanwhile, I fixed a number of texture, upgraded them, so number of items also to be equipped, which I think are nice. And I really would like to add a new dungeon set, a new modular dungeon set, but that's not very easy to do, right? But I think that I will work on it sooner or later. I mean, not in this release, maybe next release, but actually, let me put it on the list somewhere here. New dungeon, new modular dungeon set, because yeah, we need to increase the number of dungeons that we have, that's for sure. That's for sure. I remind everyone that this project is basically an impossible project, right? And I know it. So it's not that I'm blind to the fact that what I'm doing is virtually impossible. It's fine. It's fine. We will never finish it. It will never be as good as we want, but we like it anyway, right? We like it anyway. So I added the icons for the city. And I added the icons here. So these are the icons. I don't know how they will show up, but these are the icon. I think they are really maximizing the space. So it may look a bit weird. We may have to round them up, right? So to like delete the borders and make them more round. I don't know. We will see. And so what is the problem on my faces, GG? What is the main problem now? The main problem is that when the city is changing, when you are walking around, right? We want the city to actually change, to actually consider your location, right? And let me do this and this. And the problem is that our effects, our current effects, right, are working one by one, right? So like you activate a spell and the spell is sent to the client as a buff, right? Or someone casts a spell on you and is sent to you as a debuff. But it is basically done spell by spell, right? One by one. And for the city, we cannot do like this, or otherwise, like we have seen yesterday, we are getting double effects, right? And double effects is never a good idea. So my idea now is to have two messages that are going server to client. One is receive all the city effect, and the other one is clear all the city effects, right? And thanks to these two, and plus the fact that when we will receive the city effect, we will anyway delete all the existing one of type city, I think we can keep this list in check, and so being correct, right? That's my theory. Now the practice we will see. So we have to create these two messages, and we have to create them inside PlaneShift controller base. PlaneShift controller base. I don't know if you already have a CT something here, but we can find it. Yeah, CT manager. Oh wow, there's already a lot of stuff. What the hell? Okay. Didn't know we did this much already. I don't know if in the future we will create separate modules, because this player controller is becoming insane, right? So I think he has like 200 functions, which per se is not a big deal, but for maintainability, it's not really the best Erinos. You know best Erinos? Wait. So blueprint implementable event. So what we need to receive, right? So that's the question. So we have to receive the same that we receive when we send the active magic spell. Oh, no, wait a second. Wait a second, I'm thinking, because here I was doing another thing. I was basically changing this function, send active spells, to filter the city only. And it is actually sent once, and it's sent in one message. Okay. So actually, we don't need that then. Yeah. Wait. We only needed the deletion of the effects. We don't need the... Yeah. So let me say clears all the city effects on the client, and then we can say the function send active spells will send the active ones, right? Exactly. This one will have no parameters actually. Okay, so city only. And BP type, why is it called BP type? It's a magic spell, so why is it called BP? No idea. And BP type is different than city. Right, so if it's different than city, we just continue. So we don't put it in the list. Right? If it's city only. Because we have the city only, we are saying we want only the spells that are city buffs. And so if it's not a city buff, we continue. Okay. Now this will be okay. I think with the only difference that what I should do, if I receive any CT spell, I should first... I mean, I have two ways. Or I delete the active spells and I just refresh them, or... yeah, which is probably a good idea. Yeah, I will do that. I will actually do that. Because anyway, I have the function from here, right? I have this one, so... Okay, let me try to recompile like this 1 second, see what happens. The only important point is that we are calling this function with the CT only equal to true. With the CT only. Wait, we don't. No, we don't, because we decided to have the other function, but now I have to remove it. As soon as the error pops up here, I will call send active spell will CT true. Yeah, exactly. So I don't have to send this anymore, right? I have to send this. Wow, I press Ctrl V. Can you Ctrl V? Okay. Now, spell added. Let me review what spell added is doing actually. Spell added. Yes, is obviously yes. Is obviously a yes. Because if we go through this, we didn't clear, right? We added, so I would say that this is true, and CT is also true, right? So here we are sending, okay, we are sending the active spells, saying that it is a CT thing. Okay. Okay, so now we need to go in the editor and implement the clear. Hello, Hula. Did I say hi already? I don't remember. But anyway, hi. Hi again, in case. Drinking beautiful water. Param pam param pam param. Param pam param pam pam. Oh wow, Twilight sent an update on the lock picking. Nice. Nice. Okay, so Okay, so we have to do the following. On the receive, no, well, let's implement first this one, right? Receive city clear all effects, right? Let's implement this one first. Okay. And this will be city clear all active effects. First thing we have to do, we have to go client side. Run on client and reliable. And he actually has no parameters because, yeah. Just like this. And now this one, I think should call win active spell, right? Sure. And inside win active spell, we should add a new clear city effects or something like that, right? We should add a new what? Receive city clear all effects, yes. Para-para-ram. Pam 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 pam. Incredible, this song is of King Quest 3. You were probably not even born at that time. Well, Hula was, I guess, but the other people here not. Hula, I don't know what is your age. Are you my age? I think you're my age. No? All the veteran players pretty much. I mean, if you don't want to say it, don't worry, don't say it. It's fine. So what we have to do at this point, we have to scan. Now, I don't remember if I have this ability listed by, but yes, I do, right? So it must be inside ability. So the easiest way would be to get the screen ability, the scroll abilities. Abilities, oh wait a second, abilities, what is this? Abilities is a checkbox. Okay, because it's the yeah, it's fine. Yeah, but it's screen ability, right? It's screen ability. And then inside screen abilities we have we have to basically scan all the children, and the children are of type what? I mean, there is no what? There is no add. Huh? That's a bit strange. What the fuck? I don't understand what I'm looking at. Receive active spell, right? Win active spell setup. Win active spell. Ah, there is only setup. There is only one function. Okay. So all goes through this. I see. So when we receive... Okay. We go through this setup. Okay. Fine. Now the only question I have is... No, I think... wait a second. Wait a second. I think I'm doing a mess because when we send the effects, right? When we send the effects, it should be CT yes or CT no. I think I never want to send the CT data mixed with the non-CT data. I think they should never happen. So if CT only is true, and the BP type is not CT, we skip. But then also the opposite is true, right? Yeah, we want to... Yeah, exactly. So if CT only... So also the opposite is true, right? So if CT only is false and the BP type is equal to CT, then I skip it. Right? Then I skip it. Okay, so basically this means that we are guaranteed, right? We are guaranteed to arrive here or with CT or without CT. We are guaranteed, right? So I think we can immediately do a check and see if the first WB active spell clear children. Anyway, we are always we are also here. We are always clearing everything every time we receive. That's a kind of a problem then, because it means that wait a second. So we always clear everything. We never add a single spell. We always send all the spells again. Wow. We always send all the spells again. And we always clear the list. You see that here is clearing all the 3 lists. So there is a problem though, right? There is a problem because Well, should I just then send all every time and GG? Well, it's a bit of a pity though, but now for what I see on the UI, he's already doing that, right? He's already clearing everything and reloading all the spells no matter what. So sending them separate is only making things harder, right? Is only making things harder. So what I'm thinking is, I mean, obviously, like this is more optimized, right? Because we are sending only what is needed. And we are not resending everything all the time. But anyway, it's not that you have like 20 effects or 100 effects on you, right, at the same time. So on one side, sending the city separate is more optimized. On the other side is so little data that anyway, it doesn't really make a big difference. It's very little data. It's very little data. I think I like the idea of sending them separate, but then means that I will have to do an additional check, right? So I basically here I will have to determine if this is a city or no city thing. And if there is a city thing, then we don't clear everything, right? We only have to clear the... I mean, we can do it. We can check if there is at least one element, which I assume that there is, but we can do the check, right? We can check that this type length is greater than 1. I mean, it's greater than 0, right? Now the problem is that if it's not greater than 0, we cannot determine what is it, and so the clear will happen anyway, right? The clear will happen anyway. So we use only this check for we use this check well, actually, I think we can do it also this way, maybe. I think we can do length greater than 0 and first item, right? And first item equal to CT. What? No, I don't understand. Why there is no list? Why there is no list? There is no list because he has no meta. Seriously? There is no list because we have no meta? Really? So he doesn't know what to type? Okay. Okay. So we will do this. So now when we do that, then we will have to say, okay, if this is true, so is a city send, we will just call this other function that we just created, receive city clear all effects, right? Which, by the way, I think is probably better if it's a function and not what happened? Okay, so we will call receive city clear all effects, and so we say if there is one element, if it is at least one element and is a city element, we do this clear, which is a different clear, right, than the normal, and then we just add the effect normally to the list. If not, right, if not, we clear everything and then we add the effects normally. Yeah, so I will just have to add here when I recompile. Okay, so now I guess now the problem is how do we do this function, right? Because this function needs to take my search ability, need to get all the children, right? And it needs to for loop on all the children and delete only the ones that are city, right? What happens with the timers? I'm thinking when you destroy the, anyway, we will have to so this thing is what? This thing is a widget reference, right? But in reality, we know there is a WD active spell widget. Exactly. So this will always be true. Super quiet is end of July. Yeah, people are all in vacation, I guess. We had a lot of people. When was yesterday? 2 days ago, we had like 15 people. But yeah, sometimes it's quiet. Yeah, true. True. Let me check this lockpicking thing that Twilight sent me because I'm too curious. I'm really too curious. Really curious. I have to save it somewhere. Okay. Let's save it here. I don't know if I want to show it to you yet. Because it's still a secret project. It's still a secret project. Let's see. I will check it myself first, okay? Assuming that the window doesn't show up here. Probably it will. So you will see it anyway. Boom. Can I move it? Yeah, I can move it. Okay. The quality is very, very low, unfortunately. Quality is very, very low. Very nice. Yeah, I think it's pretty good actually. So I assume it's 2D, right? So I suggest, wait a second, no, max FPS 30. I think it looks good. I think I can work on it. I think it looks good. The recording is very, very slow. I suggest when you record to first set in a real engine console this, so the engine is not using all your resources. Is it so? Are you moving 2D objects or 3D objects? Okay. So I think the only thing that we need to check is the type, right? W deactive spell. You should have something here, register, no? Oh wow, it doesn't register the type. Interesting. It doesn't register the type, so we do the setup, but we don't store the type anywhere. Very strange. Active spell type, active magic. Active magic spell type, okay. So, oh wow, this is a long function. You know what? It's easier to move this back than to move everything forward. So we'll just do this. Okay, so we set the type equal to this type, right? For whatever reason now I have the thing. So why? So the U meta is not needed. The U meta is not needed. So then why I couldn't do equal to my thingy? E active magic spell type. That's kind of strange. E active magic spell type, yeah. Why I cannot do equal to my enumeration? What the fuck? Huh? I'm confused. I'm very, very confused. Because it's a reference and it's not a copy. Yeah. Because the reference is not a copy. Okay, well. Okay, so actually this U meta that I added is completely useless. I will not add it. I not add it because it's just confusing, because that's just a editor thing that just confuses me. Okay, so what are we doing here? We are checking if the length is greater than 0 and if the first element is a CT element. If it's a CT element, means that this is a CT. This is a CT set of effects, right? And is a CT only set of effects. CT, let me say only set of effects, right? So if it's a CT only, we do this and then we go there. Otherwise, we go here and then we go there. Okay, nice. So when we are here, sorry, I'm distracted by the thing that Twilight sent me. So screen ability, get all children, blah blah blah. Cast a 2 active spell. Okay. So at this point we have the type because we have saved it, right? We have saved it as a spell type. I don't know why we call it spell, but it's fine. So we get the spell type and we check if this is equal to CT. Again I cannot compare. Wait. Because it's this. Okay. So if this is true, we delete that element. Now, unfortunately, we are looping on an array. So if we do it like this, we are going to destroy the array, and it's not a good idea. So the only way is to do a for each going backward, right? Reverse for each loop. Reverse for each loop. Did we use this already? Let me just check. Did we use this already? Maybe we never used it. Ah, yes, we already used it. Yeah, we used it many times actually. Sort the table by name. Because as if you want to, okay, I see. Yeah, you see that we were deleting stuff. Yeah, we used it already, so it should be reliable enough. I mean... That's fine. So if it's a CT thing, so if it's a CT thing and if it's this, then what do? We delete it. We just delete it. How do we delete it? I mean, we have to remove by index, I think. No, that's the easiest. Or we just remove from parent. I think if we remove from parent, it's going to be destroyed, right? Yeah. I think remove from parent is good. I think remove from parent is good. And if it's false, we do nothing, right? When we complete, we do nothing. So this will basically delete all the elements that are CT effects. It will delete all the CT effects. Yes. Yes. And pretty much when we receive the clear, right, which I don't know where I put it, but when we receive the clear, we do the same. We didn't receive the clear. Wait. Receive city clear. Okay. Yeah, we call that function. Okay, good. I like that. So, so one thing I have to do, I have to re-import this. No, I re-imported it already. No, I didn't. Okay, now. And save it. Okay, one thing we should do is to restrict the range, right? Because at the moment the range is very big, and I think it's just confusing, right? So CT info influence range. Let's say that the current influence range is for IDLA is like 8 meters, right? 8 meters. So it's very small. We can just move in the plaza, and it will. We can just go to this position. Yeah. And go 8 meters away from it. Okay, nice. I think we are ready to test it. We are ready, boys. We are ready to test it. For first loading of the day. Ah, I have all the maps, I think. Yeah, I have all the maps because I was when I moved the items yesterday, I needed all the maps, right? For okay, I don't remember if the city is boosted or not at the moment. Oh, underground. Why? What is going on? Huh? What? What's happening? Wow, we crashed. Really? Server crashed. Server crashed. Okay, well. He crashed exactly in the... I think in our code, yeah. In our new code. Sector info 166. Yeah. Yes, because the city doesn't exist. Stupid me. Let me do this differently then. Let me do this differently. Yeah, because there is a problem when the city is null, right? So if the last known city is different than the current city, if it's different, we have two cases. We have the case where the current city ID is different than 0. Meaning that I am entering a city. And then there is when the city ID is equal to 0, which means that we are out of a city because this city is actually null. Maybe there was a simpler way to do it, I don't know. Can I just check here? No, I don't think I can. I think, okay, let's try to leave it this way. Yeah, we crashed at the first ambience check. Para para pam. Pam pam para pam. Para pa pam. Para pa pam. Yeah, it's very, very quiet, my friends. It's very quiet, but it's okay. It's very quiet, but it's fine. By the way, next week I will be in holidays and I will be traveling, okay? So we have time. We have time to do release this week. And then I will be gone, okay? Wow, it's recompiling everything. Okay, now it should not crash anymore, hopefully. If I didn't do anything else stupid, which is always possible. Ba-da-da-da-ram, bam, bam. Ba-da-da-da-dum, dum, dum. Ba-da-ba-ba-bum, bum, bum, bum. Wow, the loading. Yeah, we have to remove the maps. I think I loaded the maps only because I wanted to see if there were any dependencies on the items that I have changed, but I think I will have to delete them now because otherwise it takes like 30-40 seconds to load in for nothing. Okay, so okay, let's see. We need to have Willem with us, right? Because we need to check if the city is boosted or not boosted. The city is not boosted. The second thing we need to understand is where is the center of the city. And the center of the city are these coordinates, okay? So we oh really? It's like here in the middle of a house. Fine. We said only 8 meters. Oh wow, 8 meters is really little. But anyway, here it seems that we are in the place, right? I'm inside this house. I mean, really inside. Inside, meaning, yeah, that much inside. But okay, so now if I have this guy here and I try to, things are not very easy considering we are inside a building, and being inside a building, okay, I managed to do it. So if we want to boost infrastructure, right, we boost infrastructure to 1. Now I didn't do yet the mechanism that when a new tier is boosted, you get the things updated and refreshed, right? So I think that will not happen. But here I'm for sure outside of the city boundaries, right? For sure. By the way, what the hell is this no change needed? It's super annoying. What is this thing? No change needed. I will find it because it's very annoying. Okay, so in theory, if here I'm outside of the city, I don't see any effect, right? In theory now, if I go back to Willem, I should receive, actually the send city effect, you see there was here, send city active effects. So this one was actually triggered, but we didn't receive the thing. No, we didn't. Actually, it seems that all our effects went away. You see that all my effects went away? And now they're back. So it seems that we are clearing more than what we should, huh? Seems that we are clearing more than what we should. Yes, we are. But why? I think that this thing triggered, right? This thing triggered properly. I want to understand if that disappears when I am going outside of the city. But it seems he's not. Right? It seems he's not. It seems he's not deleted. So it seems to be deleted when I go back into the city. Let's see if it happens again. I mean, assuming that we are still boosted. Yeah, we're still boosted. We're consuming materials. But this time it didn't disappear though, right? It didn't disappear and it didn't appear. Okay, I need to add more debug and we need, because like this I cannot understand anything. So basically at the moment it's not working, right? So we need to, add city active effect. Let me see if we have any debug on. No, there is basically no debug here. No, there is no debug. I mean, we can put a debug here if we want. Why not? So this will be send active spells, Send active spells, and then we can just say the number. I think the number is enough, right, to understand what is going on. And the number will be message. Message, even name, right? Message name num, right? So this will already do. Now I want also to print out when we are clearing up all the effects. Which is here, right? Which is here. So we send out this, which I guess is fine, right? Yeah, this thing will spam a bit, but it's okay for now. We're just testing, right? I don't know if I really want to debug it server side. Let me also delete the maps, because with all the maps it's just gonna take too much time, right? So we need to simplify. So maps. Maps. I think we don't need any of these maps. Exactly. So I'm going to delete all these ones. Okay. Okay, let me try like this and we see. I don't know why at the beginning I had 0 effects on me. That was a bit strange. You know what? Maybe let's do a 20 meters, because 8 meters is really inside the house and it's super annoying. Let's do 20 meters, right? 20 meters range. We should be just outside of that house, right? And yeah. And unfortunately this thing takes a bit of time to test. But yeah, at the moment it's not working. There is something that is not, I mean, it seems that it's not sending the right effects to the client. Which is strange, because if you are inside the city, yeah, the only problem could be that the client is not yet ready to receive that data, and so we are trying to send it, but maybe it's not received, and then after the first moment, since the server thinks that you are wait a second, I did a giant mistake. What? Wait a second. I did a giant mistake or not? Last known city. No, because it's by player. Yeah, this is by player. So every player has its own sector check event, right? Every player. So it's by. No, I was thinking that I made it global, but no, I didn't make it global. That is by player. So it should be fine actually. Okay, so here we are inside the city and the city is boosted, right? So in theory we should have, yes, you see send active spell number 1. But we didn't receive it. Probably because we check. Wait. I know why. Because we have a city type, and I think we are splitting the objects by... the only strange thing is why then he disappeared, but... okay, I think I know why. I think I know the problem. I can fix it very easy. Very easy, my friends. Very easy. In the setup, I think we do a switch by type. Yeah, exactly. You see, city is not going anywhere. That is why. That is why. So if his city should still go inside abilities. What was the thing that was spammed on the client? Change not needed. What was it? No change needed, because I want to remove that. What was that? Obviously now it's not. Obviously, it was in BP Sky. It was in BP Sky. I mean, in theory, it's still here. Huh? Why is not? It happens only if I override. Only if I daylight override. Yeah, probably it happens only if I daylight override. Okay, so it's only, well, but still, you know. Let me see BP Sky. I think it's kind of annoying. What is this? Are we changing between day and night? No change needed. Yeah, let me remove this. I don't need it really. I don't need the printout. Okay, so now the spell should go in the right place. The only thing that scares me a bit is that we got a message. We got a message with probably with 0 elements, and we deleted everything and we didn't add anything, and that is a bit scary. Because in theory that should never happen. But it happened because we had for a second no effects, right? So no effects, my boys. No effects. Ah, infrastructure. There is no icon. Why there is no icon? Ah, because I didn't reload the image, maybe. 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 Icons UI. Ah, yes, I didn't re-import this one. Okay, now it will be there. Okay, but now it's showing, right? Highlight infrastructure, permanent, tier 1, right? Highlight tier 1. So it's showing now. It is showing. So now what I want to do, I want, for example, to remove my ring of summon familiar. You see, this is going away. Ah, fuck. Why? That is going away. Ah, because it should delete everything except the city ones. Oh my. Yeah, this thing that I decided to do, that is two different cases where I send only the city and when I don't send the city. So actually here under abilities, I should not clear all the children. I should clear all the children except the city ones, right? Exactly. So I would say clear all abilities except city. Clear all abilities except city. So pretty much I have to do the same thing, but the opposite, right? So it's the same loop, but the opposite. So in this case, I have to say if this is different than, right? If it's different than city, then delete it, right? Yeah. So now it will not disappear. Now the thing that is a bit weird is this. If I he went away. It is 20 meters already. Let me see if it appears again. No, I have to go. Wait. I have to go 20 meters away so that the city is actually cleared, right? Which will happen probably now. And then I have to go closer again. And in theory the city should reappear. Yes, okay. Nice. And my ring of familiar is not there. So if I put on my ring of familiar, yeah, at the moment it is disappearing because I did recompile. Okay, good. I think we are it's starting to work, It's starting to work. It's starting to work, my boys. Starting to work. Let me just save this so we also have the icon. I think the icon will look super big, but let's see. Okay. Now we if this works, we have one more case, right? And the one more case is that the city tier is changing. The city tier is changing. So basically, in the city manager, there is a moment where you boost the city or where the city decays. And then means that we are switching tier. So there is a function called check tier change. Check tier change. And I don't remember if this is up or down. Is the up or down is a parameter. Okay, so execute tier change is actually the one that does the work, right? That actually changes the tier. Execute tier change. Okay, and it's also save. Okay, so here we have to do, right? So here we have to force a client update. Force a client update. Oh fuck. Oh wow. For all the players in the city. Hey, yes. Because here we are not anymore inside the player, right? Here we are inside the inside the city manager. So if a tier changes, I have to update all the players that are in the city range. Oh my god, that's a mess. Oh wow. Wow. So you understand the problem? The problem is that, so here is the center of the city, right? And here is the city influence, okay? And there are a number of players, right? There are a number of players there. So let's say that there are a number of players. So there is a player, there's another player, there's another player, there's another player, okay? There are a number of players in the city, and the city consumes the materials, and it actually decays, okay? Or someone boosts the city, and the city gains a tier. So there are two things happening. One is that the range may decrease or increase based on the infrastructure tier. So maybe some players will be in now and other players will not be in anymore, right? Now this is not a very good example, but let's say like this, okay? So these players will still be inside and these two players will not be inside anymore, right? So that is if the circle shrinks, plus the benefits may have changed because the tier changed, right? So what I have to do, I have to force an update of the city benefits to all the players that are within and this is the problem, right? Because which players do we take? Because one player can be in Ojaveda, right? And one player can be in a completely different city. So I cannot just say, oh, update all the players, because update all the players is not correct. And in theory, I can update all the players that are inside the circle. And the ones that are outside of the circle will get updated automatically at the next check. Because the next check is... because the next check is yes, yes. Okay, so that's simpler. That's simpler. So the ones outside we can ignore. So we basically have to send to all the players that are currently inside of the city new range, whatever it is. We have to broadcast. We have to broadcast an update. We have to broadcast an update. So we have to broadcast what? We have to broadcast the city active effects. But if the city decayed completely, and so now it does not have any range, because it is a tier 0. Because it is a tier 0. No, but if it's a tier 0, then the distance from the city should be 0. I mean, there are many cases, right? I'm thinking to all the cases. One case is that we boosted a tier. If we boosted a tier and I send the update to all the players that are within the new circle, whatever is the sides, I think I'm good, because all the players outside of the circle will get the update at the next check, right? But if I don't do it on the one inside, they will never know that it changed, because the city is the same. And so this check, right, will not trigger the update. This check, last known city equal to current city, right? They will not trigger the update. So and how do I do it? I do it send city current city. So I have to do this. So I basically have to broadcast it to all the players within the city influence range. This. Is this what we are saying? Yeah, I think this is what we are saying. So I need a broadcast. So we can call it broadcast city active effects, right? And the only thing that we need the city info, right? We need the city info, because everything else we know, right? And so I need to take another broadcast, like we have, for example, broadcast global message, right? And pretty much I have to do this. Pretty much I have to do this. So I have to get I have to get spawn manager current world, get player controller, right? Then for all the players connected, I check if the pawn is valid. Yeah, pawn must be valid, otherwise we don't need it. And then we check the distance. So we need to be sure that my player is within the city range. So do we want to use the get city coordinates or not? In theory, we know the city already, right? In theory, we know the city already, so it's a bit of a waste to do this because we know which city we are speaking about, right? You know that I'm not fully convinced about this. So I'm not fully convinced that the influence center should be, I mean, the influence range should start from something. I think if the city is not boosted and so you have no benefits, oh wow, my monitor just shut down. I think it should be like this. I think it should be just the base influence multiplied by 3. So if the current tier is 0, the influence will be 0. And I think that's much better. If you change this formula, change it also in the city UI. So yeah, I think I agree. I don't know why I thought that the influence, because the influence is only Win City Info has so many 3. Fuck. Okay. There must be a place where we have the city. Okay, I think the easiest is if I do this. Influence, image influence, and then I search this. TXT influence, file reference. Okay, get influence range. Get influence range is this multiplied by 3. La 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 la. So it will be 0, eh? Yeah. It will be 0. Okay, so let me recap 1 second. So I want to recompile this because I want the influence to be like that, but then I want also to force the broadcast. And so my question was, do I want to use this function or do I want to use yeah. Wait. So the broadcast will have to do this. So the broadcast will have to take my controlled pawn get actor location. And this will be the distance from the city center of this particular city. And then we calculate the tier of that city in infrastructure to understand the range. And then we say that if the player is in the distance from the city center is less than the current influence range, right? Or equal, so he is inside the range. If he's inside the range, then we have to force the city effect. We have to force the city effect. And where the current city is one city and where the player is my controlled pawn, right? Okay. Okay. Now, this broadcast we need to call it whenever we do the tier change. So during the execute tier change, right? During the execute here, right? And this one is still on city manager, yes. And we only need the city. Okay, that's nice. So that's fairly simple. So basically what we want to see now is that if the city get boosted while I'm within the city limits, the icon will change. Well, will change. The text will change, right? The text will change. Yeah, there are a number of sub cases that we have to check, but I think that we are close. I think we are close. I think we are close to have something working. There may be cases that I didn't fully consider, right? So, but I think. Now this check runs every 5 seconds if I remember right, but it's very reasonable timing, right? So okay, so here we should be inside the city limits, but probably the city decayed at this point. Yeah, the city decayed. So let me do the opposite. Let me go back. Let me go back to where we were, because the decay I think is a bit aggressive because we do it for testing, right? Let me go back there. One day I will change this insane long command. Okay, so here we are within the city limits. And here we should still be. We should remember that the range is a sphere, right? The range is a sphere. So if you go up a mountain, right, you may be outside of the city range, right? Because it's a sphere. So it's not a cylinder, right? Yeah. Okay, so in theory here we are within the city limits. I need a bit more white oak wood. And now I can speak with this guy. And I can boost infrastructure. Now, boosting infrastructure, let's boost crafting, because boosting infrastructure is also increasing the range. It's a bit of a mess. So let's boost only crafting, but a completely different material. No. Okay, fuck it. Let's boost infrastructure. Let's boost infrastructure. So at the moment, the influence is 0 kilometers. As soon as I do this, it will become 0.08, whatever. It's 20 meters, right? Actually, the influence was not updated. That's not nice. Oh wow, I got 3 icons. Why I got 3 icons? Why I got 3 icons, my boys? Why? Three icons. Well, the server should have told us how many. Send active spell to. Send CT active effects. Send CT active effects. Send CT active effects actually happened twice. Why we got 3 icons? Add CT active effect. Because this is false, right? So this will not be sent. This will not be sent, right? So the only moment where we send the CT effect is here. Where we see send active spells num, right? Send active spell num. Yeah, send active spell num 1, send active spell num 2. Okay, let me try to exit from the range of the city. So it's more than 20 meters. It should be like here, for example. And this should in theory go away, right? Send the CT no active effect, exactly. Send CT no active effect. So in theory, all this one should have been deleted. Why they're not deleted? Strange. Very, very strange. Unless the type is not set properly. Unless the type is not set properly. Well, the type is copied from this one, right? Category is this, yes. So yeah. There's a guy that sent a super long message. Hello guys, I've been solidly following the dev here. I thought I would download the game again and see what it looks like. I'm not playing some years and maybe just too accustomed to how it was, but I got some feedback maybe useful. 1. I dislike the way the camera behaves when loading into the game. I cannot run around smoothly. I don't understand what it means, but I think it's for 2, what is saying, there used to be a setting for changing the camera, I did not find them, maybe not implemented anymore, I don't know. Press C to enter mouse mode. And 3, I wanted to use my pet to run around. Any food will do. Just drop it in front of him. Depends food which I provided, but I don't know which can fit. No. I read nearly all the helping comment section, was no good experience in moving maybe 10 meters while in game for an hour trying to get this to work. My original goal was to look at the new parts that's been added to the game, maybe the okay. If you create a new character, the tutorial will teach you most of what you need. Okay, so the answer to this guy was and welcome back. And welcome back. Yeah, this guy just needs to be get used a bit to the new game. Okay, so for some reason this thing are not going away. That is very, very, very strange. But, you know, just to understand what is going on, let's go back to within the city and see if this change. Oh my god. Another 3. Another 3. What the fuck? So it means that they are not categorized properly because you cannot delete them, right? And also it's strange that he's sending them twice. He's sending them twice. Send active spell number 3. Send active spell number 3. Okay, let me go out again and see if then it becomes 4 or whatever. Send CT no active effect, right? So now in theory should have deleted them all. But it didn't, right? It didn't. So there is something that is not working with the removal. But it's fine, we can fix it. So now I go in the city again. And probably 3. Oh wow, this time is 4. Yeah, this time is 4. Oh crap. So every time the server thinks that there is a new... why the hell? Every time he does the check, he adds a new effect. Every time he does the check, he adds a new effect. How is that possible? According to the city managed population of Idla is 1,800,000. I may have to, I think I need to tweak that. Okay, so we have a problem. The problem is that every time... This is a bit weird, right? Every time... Okay, let me understand what is going on. I think there is a logical error here. There is a logical error. So for some reason, this add city active effect Ah, yes, it's adding it every time. He's not checking if he's already there. So, or we delete them all and then we add them again, or... But wait a second, because this is fucked. Wait a second, huh? Yeah, we should, I don't know if I have to search the existing effects, but before adding a new one, because yeah. That's a mistake. That's a mistake. No. I need absolutely to check if the effect is already in the list, right? If the effect is already on the list, the problem is that it may be already on the list, but may be on the list for another city. So, no, I think we need to clear them all. No, we need to clear them all. Before this, we need to clear all the existing city effect. I think we have to, otherwise it's a mess. Otherwise it's a mess. The only problem of clearing them is that I think that clearing them is sending it to the client again. And that is not a great idea. Because I can check if the spell already exists, but they will be called infrastructure, idle infrastructure, right? And if I check the name is not enough, and if I check the description is not enough, because it may be, well, if I check the description could be, but I think it's quicker if I remove it. I think it's quicker if I remove it. The problem of remove active spell, that is the same as add active spell, right? That is actually trying to send the active spell to the client, right? And I don't think we want that. So I think we need to do, that is a bit messy though. I don't really fully like it, because let me think about it 1 second, because I can remove it with the same technique, right? So I can do this, I can do send now, I can have my boolean send now, and only for the city, right? Only for the city we are calling remove active spell without the send now, right? I can do that. I can do that. The problem is how the hell do I remove so I will basically have to cycle on, this is probably protected, so I will not be able to do it, I guess. No, actually it's public. I mean, it's not very nice to do it from here. I think we need to create a function on player that is called clear all city active spells, right? And clear all city active spells will, which by the way, I don't even know. Am I doing it when I go outside of the range of the city or not? When I go outside of the city range. When I go outside of the city range, no, I don't do it. I only remove them from the client, but I don't remove them from the... So I have to do the same thing here. Absolutely. This one is doing it on the server, right? And then he's sending it to the client. I'm thinking if it's better if I create a function and then this function is calling this as well. Probably not, because then I will yeah, probably not. So on the player, I need this. On the player I need this. And the way to do it, I have to for these active spells, right? I have to for the active spells, and the active spells are what? They are a t-shirt pointer of active spell. They are t-shirt pointer of active spell. T-shirt pointer of active spell, one spell. And if we we need one spell get category or category, what was it? Category, and if this is equal, I don't know why sometimes I'm thinking code backward, so I start from the end. I don't know why that happens. There is magic, what is it? EPS spell magic, no, EPS. Don't remember the freaking name, it's a stupid name. EPS active, no, not PS. Active magic spell. CT. Then we do what? Then we call remove active. Then we call remove active spell. But remove active spell is actually doing this, right? So since I'm running on an array, I have to do it backward as usual. And then we have the send now off, right? I mean, assuming that they are... Yeah, I think it should work. So I need a for loop with minus minus I. Fuck. Is I is minus minus? Yes. Exactly. Yes, I'm a bit lazy in just copy pasting. So this will be active spell minus blah blah blah, and this will become our share pointer one spell equal to active spell of I, right? And yeah. And at that point, if it's a CT, then we remove it, right? With false, which means that... okay. So now... So now we call clear all CT active spells here, and we call clear all active spell here. So here definitely we remove, so we remove everything, and then we add it, and then we add it again, right? This in theory should happen only when the player is moving between city limits. So it should not happen very often, right? So it seems a lot of calculation, but in reality it's not happening very often, right? And also the number of elements that we are managing is super low. So you see, data or could be. Okay. Okay. So let's try again. Now I don't have any debug there, but at least now it should not multiply anymore because it's deleting the effects. It's deleting the effects, yes, before, yeah. Should be fine. I'm thinking if it would be easier if I'd create a completely different set of spells that are used for the city management, but in theory should not be needed. So in theory the current system should support that as well. We just have to sort out through those, and at the end those are actually effects, right? Active effects on your character. So I think it makes sense to have it in the active effect window. Okay, so now here we are within the city limits. So in theory, but I don't see, unless he expired already. Okay, it expired already. Okay, it expired already, so we will boost it. We have to check the influence that is not getting updated. I still get double though. Why I get double? I think I get double because it gets sent to me twice and I never removed them. So now another one will appear probably. Yeah, okay. Okay, so now we are sending the right number because we are sending only one, right? Which is infrastructure tier 1, which is good. But we are not removing them. So the problem is the removal. Even if we receive the send city no active effect. So or this is not connected or something. But at least now we are sending the right number. Hello, Fannar. Hey. Welcome, welcome. You got your teeth cleaning done. You just needed 3 cheap teeth repaired. Nice. Yeah, they can rebuild part of the teeth, right? So and apart from that, all the rest was okay. Okay, well, let me just take a note because then I will forget. Influence not updated on the client. Okay, so for whatever reason, when we receive this clear all effects, CT clear all effect on client, it is not working. It is not working. Screen ability, get all children, reverse loop, remove from parent. Maybe the remove from parent is not. Maybe the remove from parent is not. Because the type, I think we set it, right? Spell type, yeah, we set the spell type, right? Equal to the type, and the type is correct for sure. So I think this cannot be wrong, right? So probably the remove from parent, but it's strange though, the remove from parent is not working. Seems a bit weird. WD active spell, yeah, which is this actually, right? WD active spell, yes. Under abilities, yeah, under abilities. Abilities get all children, reverse loop. Array element, cast to active spell. Check if this is equal to CT. If it's equal to CT, remove from parent of this. Yeah. I don't understand. I don't understand what is wrong, but this is not working. So, or the cast fails, but I don't think so, because this thing only has, right, this screen abilities only has those types WD active spells. He only has WD active spells. So well, actually, wait a second. Wait, WD actual WD active ability. Oh, no, it's another object. Wait, no, it's another object. It's another object. There is a wrapper object in between. Okay. There is a wrapper object in between. So it's WD active abilities. Okay. WB active abilities. So it is kind of risky though, eh? Okay, so this is wrong. Okay. Receive CT, clear all effects. Yeah, these are the two. Okay. Yeah, that was wrong. That was wrong. Okay. Now, it seems to me that we are receiving it twice. I don't understand exactly why we are receiving it twice. But it's fine. I mean, receive it twice. Not too concerned about it. But we receive it twice. I don't know exactly why we receive it twice. All the rest was good, Fanner. Nice. Very nice. Good job. Plus 50 XP. I'm receiving a lot of advertisement. Well, not a lot, but I received another advertisement of Starlink. Starlink is definitely available in Italy, but it was very expensive. But now they are reducing the prices quite a bit. We're making progress anyway, guys. We're making progress. We're making progress. Slowly, but we're making progress. Making progress. This thing start to nearly work. Okay, now we have only one, which is a good news. So let's see if I go away from the city, that at the moment is only 20 meters. Yeah, you see it disappeared. It disappeared. I just want to see if I hide the window. If he pops up or not. Yeah, it does. Okay, good. Okay, so it seems that we get... Okay, now I want to boost another... I want to boost another category, right? I want to boost another category. Unfortunately, to boost another category, I need to have very weird materials. Yeah, the influence is really never updated. I don't know why. Because the influence should be, you know, that number. Probably because it's below, probably because it's in kilometers, and so it's 1 decimal and doesn't, I don't know. So, what is the easiest? Hospitality seems to be a bit complex. This one seems to be the easiest, Fate. So I need to give Ruby Crystal in Weaver Arangma Silk. Okay. I don't have enough. Oh no, I have enough. Okay, so fate is boosted, right? Fate is boosted. Ah, we got the icon. Fantastic. Fate is boosted and we got the icon. Very nice. Okay, so we go away from the city. Let's see if that both should disappear. Ah, very nice. Yes. Yeah, it takes a bit, right? It takes a bit because the check is done regularly, right? But let's say the good news is that the way we did it, you should not send it continuously. Let me see. You should send it only one time, right? If I stay within the city limits, it will not send it to me again. Okay, we can test if all works, but I think they will because the logic is exactly the same. Now the problem is this, right? If I am outside of the city, so if I am here and I boost the city, for example, I boost infrastructure to 2, so the range of the city becomes bigger, right? Range of the city becomes bigger. So it will become 40 meters instead of 20 meters. Tier 2. I don't have enough steel ingots. Wait, steel ingots, item, steel ingot. Okay, now I have enough. So if I boost infrastructure to level 2, nice, nice, it works. Because you see that now the center of influence, now the influence became bigger, and so now here where I am, there is influence from the city, and actually I'm getting an Idla tier 2, right? I'm getting an infrastructure tier 2, and I'm getting a Idla Fate tier 1. So it seems to be working as expected, which is very nice. Which is very nice. So now, let me check if this disappears, because for whatever reason it seems that was disappearing. So I go farther away, right? So that the city go. No, I think now they stay. Okay, let me see if I remove one effect. So I go within the city again. So I get my city, but now I remove this ring. Now remove the ring. Ah, fuck. I remove the ring. Why that happened? I removed the ring. I removed the ring. Because I have to do the same. I should never clear all. I should always clear for abilities. I should only clear the non-city. Yeah, this function that I created, right? Did I call it? I think I didn't call it. I think I created it and I didn't call it. Fantastic. Clear all ability except city. So here we should call clear all abilities except city. We should not do this. And this will fix it. This will fix it. Okay, so now I don't know why the influence is not set. right? I don't know if it's because the value is too low. I mean, it's 20 meters, so that will become a 0.0 something, and yeah, that could be the reason that the influence is so small that it doesn't show. Because when we set the influence, I think we have a rounding, right? We have a rounding to 1 decimal. And so, yeah, I think that is what is happening. We have a rounding to 1 decimal, so 40 meters is not enough. 100 meters would be enough. I mean, I can make it 60 and we can see. But I think that, yeah, influence range, right? You see that here we are rounding with maximum 1 fractional digit. So if the number is lower than that, it will not show, right? Okay, let's make it bigger and we just test that, because I think it's annoying that it doesn't show. But it seems that, yeah, it's kind of working, boys. It's kind of working. This piece I really wanted to push, because if we publish an update, so we want the range. Let's say that the range is 100 meters, right? 100 meters, it will show as 0.1, right? So 100 meters will actually show up. Let's see. I'm totally flashing back to more time that I care to think about playing the Civ games. I cannot translate that, but for the 1,800,000 population, yeah. Okay, so here, I don't know if the city decayed or what, but probably yes, because we don't have... any effect. Oh no, wait, I'm on the wrong tab. I don't know, the effects are here. The effects are here, so let me see. Yeah, 0.2 influence, because we are at level 2. Yeah, it was just... Okay, so maybe the influence then works. Let me see the consumption. Is the consumption going down? Because we can wait a bit. Or I can boost... I can boost level 3. Can I boost level 3 or not? No, because I don't have enough materials. Couch grass and boost in blue steel ingot. Oh, blue steel ingot. Holy shit. This thing is costly, my boys. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't update. It stays at 0.2 kilometers. If I open it again, probably will show. No, not even. Why? Because I still need 15 of these guys. White oak wood. Okay, so I need more materials. White oak wood. White oak wood. Okay. Ah, yes, it updates 03. Okay, max level reached and is not full. Why? What the fuck? Max level reached. So it's 0.3. It's 0.3. Yeah, so I have my idler tier. Yeah, guys, it works. I think it works well. We just have to test the decay, but it seems to work as expected. Also, the new icons are nice, I think. So I think I will leave them as they are. New icons, very nice. Thank ChatGPT. And yeah, we just have to understand. Someone was mentioning now that the population number seems to go up too much. I don't know if the formula calculates citizens, right? Calculate citizens is doing this thing. I don't know. 1 million seems to be really a lot. Or is saving the current citizen to the database, or well, anyway, I will check it. But anyway, the influence range is updated properly, so I will remove it from the list. I think I can. So this I will remove it from the list. I think I will add 1,184,000 citizens, right? To understand why we have that number going up so much. I think there is something weird going on in the, or we forgot. Let me check it quickly. City info. Citizens. No, citizens is actually for idle is 800. 800. It's kind of weird, then. 800. I don't know how we can reach that number. Someone is saying that in production is 1 million. But anyway, I think I finished my time, but it's good. I think we put into the client what we wanted, so that's the most important thing. I'm already here. Oh wow, 1,814,000. Wow, someone boosted everything to maximum. Holy shit. Happiness 100%. There's this guy, the most useful cup is a guild. This guild contributed about 1,000 tria in 100,000 tria in monetary value. Okay, guys. I think that's all for tonight. I'm happy that the people decided to boost everything, right? It would be interesting to know how much time it took them to do it. The consumption is going down fairly slow, so I think every 4 days it goes down one block, right? So it will go down slow, but anyway. Okay guys, that's all for today. Thank you for watching. If you want to click on follow on Twitch and subscribe on YouTube, that's always a good idea because it's helping the algorithm so more people will find us. Also, if you want to become a Patreon, remember that's also possible. It will be greatly appreciated. And here are all our socials. Our game is released. If you want to try it out, you can download it for Windows, for Linux, and for Mac. And yeah, give me your feedback. What do you think it should be fixed or improved? And if I can, I will do it. For now, I will say bye-bye, and I will see you tomorrow evening. Tomorrow evening, 9:30 p.m. European time.